Hello everybody and welcome to Carbon Trace. The intent of this video, short video, is to walk you through the process of getting the data from either the energy report here on the right or the data calculator or the conversion sheet, which you by now will have populated. And if you haven't, there's a separate video that walks you through the process of getting the data out of the energy report into this yellow cells here and what have you. And this is the information that we really want to get into the Axis calculator, to the Carbon Trace calculator, and get it stored in the database. So bigger picture stuff here is we're using Carbon Trace. Each company can start entering in projects. Projects get run through the calculator, and we can understand the embodied carbon from that process. So every one of you by now will have a login. So let's jump into the system, and I'm going to walk you through setting up a project and basically entering in that data. You can see here for this project, this has now logged me into, on your side, it'll be logged into your company dashboard, and you'll have all of the projects that are starting to get created for your company in there. So let's go ahead and add a new project. It's as simple as coming through here. Let's call it Test Project 01. And then it's effectively going through and filling out these generic details. What's really important to get right here is the certificate ID. We really want to ensure that that lines up with the certificate number that's used for the energy certificate here. So what I would do, I would copy that, Control C, and I would paste that in there. Let's get that one really right. 2020, we can go through here and effectively don't need to really do all this just for the test purposes. But newer additions, we're only looking at new builds at the moment. So forget about the additions or alterations. Let's just go new and let's create or save the project. You can see here now a new ticket's been added to your company dashboard. And that's just a blank generic project. It obviously now needs the data to go into it so that we can understand the embodied carbon. So when you click on that, it takes you through to now that project page. You can see the project name up here. And it's simple. There's two tabs here. We just want to ensure all the details are filled out correctly. On the project setup tab, it's a bit of a manual process where it's simply setting up this high level detail information, which again comes directly from the energy certificate. So, working your way through here, I won't do it now because of time, but obviously work through and get these ones filled out and you press save. Then we want to move on to the next tab, which is your quantities. And this is the important tab. The quantities tab is coming from the conversion sheet, which, like I said before, you will have filled out now all of the yellow cells. That basically computates the purple cells, and the purple cells is the data that we want to get into the application. So with this sheet being complete, getting the data into the quantities input, we could manually do it if you wanted to manually do it, but we know that takes time and it's a bit of a clunky process. So we've built in an import quantities function. Simply press import quantities, loads up here, go to your chosen location where you've set up your calculator page, choose your file and simply press open. I won't do that now because that's not the right file. But once you open that page or that calculator, it will basically pre-populate all of the cells here. And that's exactly what we want. It's exactly what we need. Let's save those quantities. So once we've saved the quantities, we now know that we've got project setup is done. We've got data in there. Our quantities will be completely populated and it's ready to submit that project for approval. Once as a user, once you submit that for approval, on the Carbon Trace side, we will get a notification. We can go in there and do a review on the data that's been entered. And then effectively, if we approve it, which hopefully we will, you will then see, if I go back here now, go back to the company page. Once it gets approved, this one has been approved, you'll get a dot that comes up. And it's not a dot, it's an embodied carbon calculation for that project. So over time, we want to build up projects within the company office to really understand carbon, not only from a company perspective, but as we grow through the market, we're going to start understanding baselines. So thanks for listening. Please yell out with any questions. We're always here to try and help. Thank you.